magnesium gummies are an easy way to get prebiotic plant-based fiber for the same amount of fiber as 2 cups of coffee.
Come on in, we are live. John Bolton, indicted. Indicted. Could get 10 years. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in, ABC 123. You know, you're number one alive. Live. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. 76-year-old John Bolton. Who was he? We're going to get into who he was, Trump advisor. He was the same position as Marco Rubio. Let's talk. We got a lot to talk about. We got to talk about AOC, Bernie Sanders. I'm telling you, we got a lot to talk about today. AOC is making a big statement today as she could very well run away with the Democrat Party and could be the president of the United States. We're going to talk about that too. And I'm going to tell you why. AOC is smart. Remember me? I think she's watching our videos, Janine. She's watching. She is pulling away from the party. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. Hey, appreciate it, guys. Good afternoon. I am early, but this is breaking news. You know, we like to cover breaking news. It's so important. I broke away from some other things that I was doing today to give you guys an update. There's a lot of lives out there, a lot of information. 76 years old, John Bolton, ex-Trump advisor. He was indicted on 8 counts. Now, what he'll be facing and who was he? Well, welcome in. We're going to talk about it, Ozzy Crosby. We're going to talk about it. Well, his position was the position of Uncle Charlie. How are you? Marco, my friend, Rubio. Marco Rubio. It's the same position. But Marco Rubio is not John Bolton. Now, Trump and John Bolton weren't always on agreement. But Trump said today, I was a little shocked. He used the words, I was a little shocked. What would you want him to say? You want him to say, oh, I knew it all the time. So he was a little shocked. So we're going to talk about that. I just want to change this. Hold on one second, guys. The green screen here. I want to give you. That's Trump. All right, there it is there. So we all know who he is. I'm sure you guys heard about it. They talked about it this morning, 8 counts. And Trump said, and I quote, Trump said he's a bad guy, very bad guy. And we didn't agree much. But he was actually shocked that this indictment happened on 18 counts. 18 counts. What could he be facing? We're going to talk about that. How many years? They already picked a judge. Come on in. That man there behind me. That guy there hiding classified information. Now, let me just say this, guys. He is pronounced right now under law. That goes for all of us. Okay. He has not been proven guilty. So you got to be careful on this. Because I'm hearing other YouTube channels. I'm just saying. We'll talk about it. He's still innocent in a court of law before proven guilty. I just want to put that out there. Okay. Let me say it again. He is innocent until proven guilty. They just selected a judge. Hopefully the judge will be fair. Come on in, guys. I'm Sal. Welcome to the fastest growing YouTube channel on the planet. Thank you so much for being here. I'm only joking, guys. I appreciate it. I could not do this without you. Thank you so much. If you're new, like and subscribe. Come on board. We got 6 likes in here. Appreciate the 8 likes on there. 6 likes. We got 8 counts. 8 counts he could be facing. Could be if he's found guilty. He could get the sentence of 10 years. What was he hiding? We're going to talk about that. But before we do that, I want to talk a little bit about AOC and Bernie Sanders. Now, a lot of these guys, you can disagree. But I'm telling you right now, remember me. What is today's date? Anybody know? Is today the 15th, Janine? Remember me saying this on October 15th. Mark this down. Put it in your notes because I'm telling you, AOC said the unbelievable statement today. And she's actually backing up Trump. Holy shit. Yes, you're only going to hear this here. You're only going to hear this here. Now, she's not with Trump, and she's not a conservative, and she's not smart, and she's goofy, and I don't think she'll be president. But she is going to make a run because she's the only Democrat who said something smart. She's playing the game. What did I say, guys, yesterday? Sorry, 2 days ago. I was not live yesterday, guys. Real quick, there was a problem with YouTube. Every time I tried to go live yesterday, there were some glitches. It was across the board, so I didn't want to fight with YouTube. I don't know. I think they just had glitches. They weren't hacked or anything, so I was not live. But 2 days ago, what did I say? What did I say? Somebody needs to be smart in the Democrat Party. Well, AOC, she's not stupid, guys. She's not intelligent on policies, but she can play the game. I want everybody to mark this down. On October, she will run for president. Chuck Schumer, forget about it. She says this. You guys waiting? I'll wait for some more to come on. I'm going to tell you what she said. I'm going to try to pull it up on video. Now, welcome in, guys. We're talking about AOC, Bernie Sanders, but breaking news that just happened. Yeah, plenty of glitches yesterday, Ozzy. 76 years old, John Bolton was indicted today. They just picked a judge on 8 counts. Could be facing 10 years in federal state prison. And Trump says John Bolton, who's a national security, he was hiding classified materials. What are they? I don't know. Classified materials. Now, Trump says I was a little shocked, but this man was a bad guy. I'm not saying this. These were Trump words. He has the same position, ladies and gentlemen. He's in the same position as Marco Rubio. Okay, the same position. In September 2018 to 2019, this happened around 2018 to 2019, and this was on Trump's first term. He was hiding, he's still innocent, documents. 20 years they're going back. I quote, 20 years of these documents go a long way in his home and office. Let me just fix something here real quick and we'll get back into it. Give me 1 second, guys. You guys could chat among each other. I'm just going to get back into... So he is in some serious trouble, ladies and gentlemen. So this was on Trump's first administration. Now, again, Bolton and Trump disagreed on many issues. And Trump says this guy is a bad guy. You know, a lot of people are going to crucify Trump on this. And why didn't Trump use his own judge? Look, people change. You know, you could be married for 20 years, have a partner for 20 years. You can have Marco Rubio. And people get corrupted. So at the time, John Bolton, was the perfect match. And remember, Trump was still, it was his first term. You know, and again, Trump did a lot of his picks, J.D. Vance, a lot of his picks on the first term. Michael Pence, sorry, guys. Pence ended up being a not so good. So Trump this time learned, you learn from your mistakes. And if he did any mistakes in the first term, he got unlucky with some of these cabinet members and vice presidents, so on and so forth. But anyhow, now again, the judge, they already picked the judge, and I'm sure they're going to go forward on this indictment. And this is a big deal. If somebody was doing these kind of crimes and hiding classified information, that it could face the maximum of 10 years in federal state prison. So who is he? Just to refresh everybody's memory, because a lot of times we forget on who these people are. That's him right there. He's 76 years old, John Bolton. Yeah, so he was the national security, and it's the position that Marco Rubio. Now, Marco Rubio, speaking of Marco Rubio right now is having telephone conversations with Putin. And Trump also discussed that earlier in a briefing, that he's ready to now get this war ended. Now, he also stated, and I quote, he doesn't want Zelensky or Putin together. It's just not going to work out. And he continued to say it should never be a war. But he sounded very confident that the meeting in Alaska a couple of months ago was not a waste, that he feels very likely that he can end the next war, which will be a total of how many? 9 wars. He's already ended 8 wars. So that's also going on. We're going to talk more about AOC and Bernie Sanders and what my thoughts are. I'm telling you right now, she's a very dangerous person because she's smarter than the rest. in the sense of this. She knows how to play the game. She's a very good speaker. Stay with me, guys. She's a very good speaker. She's clear. Some think she's attractive, and she knows how to play the game. And she's already calling out Chuck Schumer, and she's already said this. We need to respect the federal law and Donald Trump. Whoa! We need to reopen and not be closed down. Whoa! Because all the other Democrats are saying, keep it closed, Medicaid. Now, they're asking her questions about the Medicaid because that's why this shutdown's happening. But she's kind of like dodging it. Now, dodging it doesn't help her, but it's not going to hurt. So she's doing something totally different. She's saying, I encouraged my Democrat Party and Chuck Schumer, piece of shit, to reopen. So that there does get, in my opinion, stay with me, the moderate Democrats over to her. Even though they know she's way far left, she plays the game, and she plays the game well. Scary candidate. I'm not saying she'll be president, but remember, she will be running for president. I hope she does, because I think I can beat her. But she knows how to play the game, because all the rest of them, they don't know how to play the game. They just keep knocking Trump. Even though she doesn't like Trump, she's not a Trump supporter. She's totally opposite. She says those words, we should respect the federal law and the president of the United States. That's huge. That's how you play the game. That, ladies and gentlemen, how you play the game. Nobody else is going to talk about this. I don't know why other YouTubes don't talk about it. I don't know what they're scared of. But just talk about it. That's the truth. That's what I see. And she played the game. She's playing the game. And also Nancy Pelosi, mouthing off to a reporter. What a piece of shit she is. You know, a Republican reporter, independent reporter, she has the right to say, shut up. Have you guys seen it? She's a real character. And they talk about Trump calling out fake news. What's worse, fake news or shut up? Shut up, she says. Anyhow, that's why she was worst House Speaker, ever. I'm going to read some comments. We're going to talk about a little bit more about the indictment, AOC, and a little bit more of what's going on. Thank you for being here. Sorry, guys, a little thirsty. So this man here is still innocent before guilty in the court of law. And, you know, the president who came out those doors earlier, he talked about it. He says, I was shocked. I mean, what is Trump supposed to say? He was shocked. But he did say this. Those are just coming in. Trump says that John Bolton, national security, who hid allegedly, let me use those words, classified materials. Trump said he was a bad guy, a very bad guy. And under the first administration, if Trump made some mistakes, maybe it was hiring or having some of these guys in his party. But then again, people come in, they do the right thing, and you think that they're working for you. You have not much control, and they change, right? Right now, there hasn't been anybody that I've been disappointed of except for Pam Bondi. And I'm a little mad at Bongino. Why I'm mad at Bongino, even though he's Italian, like me, I don't like the fact he didn't go to work on that one Fridays. I hold that against him, but that's just me. And Pam Bondi, I still don't trust. But other than that, Elon Musk, we're not going to get into that. But most part, Trump's made some better decisions this go around as far as the decision making on his cabinets. So, but yeah, this guy turned out, I never really trusted this guy. And I'm not just saying it now. I never cared for him. Pence, as the vice president, I thought did a fair job until the end, where he didn't back Trump up. But I never trusted this man here, this 76-year-old John Bolton. I even told my wife, I said, there's something about this guy. But again, he's still innocent. Now, what is he hiding? He's hiding top secret information, allegedly, right? Because he's still innocent. And he can get 10 years. Who is this man? Ex-Trump advisory. And he's hiding information in his office and also as well as in his house. Now he's going to argue, and his defense team's going to say this. They're going to say that they're going to twist it around, make like his stuff was hacked, make like somebody cloned his information. That's what I already know. So his defense is going to say he was hacked. It was cloned. I have to use the words clone. They're going to say those kind of things to try to reduce his sentence, maybe to 4 years or 3 years. But either way, this is top information. It just goes to show you why you just can't trust a lot of them, right? And a lot of these people come in on both party and end up being crooked, in his case, hiding classified information, just like Hillary Clinton, and a lot of them do. Trump does not. Trump, everybody don't like him, call him this, that, whatever, dictators. But Trump's a person, what you see, what you do. Again, he makes mistakes like we all do. He fumbles it, but he's pretty much what you see, what you get. And but anyhow, this is what we're having breaking news on. John Bolton, National Security, classified materials hidden to who? To the public. And Kash Patel says, I did it. I found it. So that's where we stand with Kash Patel. Kash Patel has been investigating this over some time. When did this happen? Well, according to Kash Patel says this, I quote, in 2018, the whole month, and to September of 2019. So for 1 year is where they got these classified materials and information. So 8 counts he's been held. They're selected a judge. Hopefully it's a fair judge. I'd want it to be fair if it was me or somebody like you guys. But Bolton is kind of shocked in that photo. He says, I am innocent, and innocent. And I quote. So that's where we're at on this Thursday. 76 years old John Bolton indicted on this Thursday. I believe it's October 15th, 2025. So, is it 18 counts? 18, yeah, total. Yeah, 8 counts and then 10 counts of, right. You're exactly right, Janine. Thank you. Yes. Now the reports I read, too, is some other reports I wrote before I came on this live is 20 years is what hopefully it's facts. I'm running on Fox News. 20 years, according to Kash Patel, Fox News, of these documents were found. So it goes back, as this is breaking in, of 20 years. But 1 year of the 2018-2019 is where the evidence of these document information materials have been investigated from Kash Patel. Top secret information that's breaking developments. So bear with me, guys. Breaking developments here coming in on this Thursday evening. It's crazy on how these people get into politics. And I quote, Trump says, and I quote, no one, including himself, is above the law. None of us. None of the politicians, Republican, Democrat, no one's above the law, but they get into this and they get corrupted and get greedy on both sides. And who is this John Bolton right here? He was on Trump's administration on the first term, and that's what you're going to be hearing about this all day tomorrow and probably the rest of the week. And that's where we are at here. It's unfortunate, but Trump says, I don't care if it was the vice president. I don't care if it was anybody that worked under me, meaning Trump. I don't care if they're Republican, Democrat, but no one's above the law. That's a leader speaking, right? That's how a leader speaks, not a follower like the administration we had before. So Trump's, I'm shocked, but he was a bad guy. These are words out of Trump's mouth on a briefing today. Now, I'll get into some comments, and then we're going to get it. And then after my comments, I want to talk about AOC again and Bernie Sanders. I keep saying Bernie Sanders because I think Bernie Sanders is not running for vice president. I think he'll just be out there speaking for AOC. I really think she's not out to take Schumer's job. Yes or no, guys in the chat? Do you think she's after Chuck Schumer's job? Yes or no? I think she wants to be president. I don't think she's after Chuck Schumer. I think she wants to make him look bad. Yes? So some of you So right off the bat, Ozzy and Janine, and welcome in everybody. And thank you for the memberships real quick. Thank you, moderators, for being here. Do you think AOC is, well, obvious she's playing a game. Is she after Chuck Schumer's job? Yes or no? Or does she have bigger plans? Oh, I hope she does too. Yeah, I'm just giving you guys, I don't want anybody to misunderstand me. She's an idiot. But she's smart. And when I say she's smart, you need to listen. She knows how to play the game. The rest of them don't. See, she has some balls on her. And she's actually one of the only one other than Manchin. You guys know who Joe Manchin is? Joe Manchin from West Virginia. We know who he is, right? He blocked the big, one of the bills from Biden. One of the bills, right? Make America Great bill, whatever the hell it was. Okay. But he doesn't want to run for president. AOC, we need to respect the federal law and Trump. Now, she didn't say President Trump. She would have been smart if she would have said President Trump on the issue on closing the government shutdown. We need to open up as it's hurting my fellow Americans. Those words sound like, to me, the next candidate, I almost said president, next candidate for the Democrat Party. Because she is saying this: my fellow Americans, I am not backing Trump up, but I'm respecting him. And she'll use those words when she does take Chuck Schumer's job, or God forbid, become the president of the United States. Oh, did I say that? Because she'll say, remember me saying this? She doesn't agree with Trump. She hates Trump. She's socialism. Free, free, free. McDovey, don't misunderstand me. But, my friends, she plays the game. She plays it well. She knows the internet. No defense to bartenders, barmaids. She knows how to play it. She's kind of attractive. She has a smile. She's not Kamala. So she's scary. I want everybody not to overlook AOC. She's a very dangerous candidate. Now, I want to just welcome in Palon. They look like they changed something. Hey, Billy French, how are you? Good to see you. Thank you for the continuing the memberships, guys. I know I say this a lot. It means a whole lot to all of us, my wife, and that membership continues to help out this channel as we are able to forward it to the homeless. We will get into the homeless too. Maribel wants me to talk about homeless more, so we'll get into that a little bit on this live, but definitely on the next live, because Maribel says we gotta explain what the hell's going on, because Maribel feels we should answer some of these trolls. I don't think I should, but hey. But we're going to get into that a little bit. By the way, if you are new to the channel, only if you like our content, my content, like and subscribe, come on board. Make sure you subscribe to other YouTube channels on similar live streams like this. It helps them out. Anyhow, if you're just coming in, we're talking about the indictment of the 76-year-old Bolton, John Bolton. A lot of us forget who he was, but that's him. It's funny, guys, because I know a lot of you are saying, Sal, I didn't forget about this guy. He was a creep. Or some of you are going to probably say, well, I remember him, but a lot of us forget, the faces on these, and of the last administration when Trump ran before. So we're talking about that. Obviously, AOC is clueless. Much mine, another pup. Ozzy Crosby, I totally agree, 100%. High five, fist bump. All I'm saying is she's a very dangerous candidate because she's separating from the party. So she is playing the game well, is what I'm trying to say. She is doing what I said 2 nights ago. What did I say? That if you want to revise the party, then you need to play the game and play it right. And I also said this: do not knock Trump on everything, right? Obviously, AOC wants to knock him on this shutdown, but she's saying this. When you come out and you say the words, be with the president, accept what he's doing. It doesn't mean she sounds like a conservative. It sounds like she is trying to not burn bridges, but she's becoming a leader. How do you become a leader? Because the rest of them are becoming a follower, right? But socialism, communism, horrible, not a good person, doesn't even love America. But she's saying we need to reopen up. Not because of Trump, because it's hurting people. So with that, she'll grab a percentage of people to follow her on the moderate side of the Democrat Party. And that's how, my friends, you win to become a leader in the Senate, or even more, a president or vice president of the United States. So she is getting good advice from somebody. She's getting fantastic advice. And those words on reopening, just to say reopen, where the other parties are saying no, 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 and continue to talk about Medicaid. And there's a lot of other money, by the way, on the shutdown. You guys want to talk about the shutdown? It's not just the Medicaid. They also want to spend money on transgenders, but not just in the United States. And nothing against transgenders, but money over the world. Wasteful spending. Condoms. How to improve condoms. There's so much billions of dollars that they want to go out to other countries and waste and fraud, or excuse me, waste, and also want to give free health care in Obama, which doesn't work. It's horrible to illegals. And I said this many, many times. You've got time. For those who are just coming in, I know a lot of you hear me, where there's people in dire straits here who need Medicaid for a while. Homeless people can surely use Medicaid for 2 years, 4 years, not forever. Could use some food stamps, can use some assistance in getting apartments. Those veterans, elderlies who are homeless, addictions, they should be number uno. Illegals should be not on the list. It's illegal to come here. Everybody thinks, well, that woman was beautiful in the supermarket with her 2 kids. She wasn't a rapist. She wasn't a murderer. Stay with me. It might be true. She might be beautiful. She might be a beautiful lady with 2 kids. God bless them. But she broke the law. It's illegal. She's got to go back to Venezuela. Do we understand that? So anyhow, I got off topic there for a second. But that's what this is. But AOC is saying this. She's not backing it up. She's not saying, oh, I agree with Trump, but we need to respect the law and stop the shutdown. And that's what Alexander O. Cortez, whatever her name is. And that's what I'm talking about, guys. Now, I appreciate Palon and all my loyal subscribers on here today. Now, if you're new, what are you waiting for? Come on board, like and subscribe. Plenty of energy, plenty of positivity on this channel. And by the way, we appreciate the likes, subscribing, memberships. We're able to forward that money to the homelessness, which we continue to fight homelessness here in Las Vegas metropolitan area. That's what we do on here with the shorts every single day. Teddy Roosevelt was good. He was the only president with 3 terms. Thank you. He was good. 3-term president. Good president. Now, if you're just coming in, you're going to be hearing about this indictment from the 76 years old Bolton. John Bolton could get, he had, what did you need? 18 counts. 18 counts. 8 counts, 10 counts. He's in big trouble. Allegedly, by the way. Allegedly. It's not that we got to. It's the correct way to say it, allegedly. Allegedly. Because he's still innocent, right? Just because Kash Patel, and I like Kash Patel, is saying, excuse me, soda, hot peppers, that they found these documents and materials doesn't mean he's guilty yet. So we got to say the words allegedly. So that's where we're at. Now, the judge has been picked. And I'm sure that Mr. Bolton is shitting bricks. I'm sure he's biting his nails and he's scared. And, Trump's going to take some heat on this. And I think it's unfair. And that goes for any president, Democrat, Republican, because people can get sworn in, and people change. So it's unfair for Trump to take a hit on this. Well, Trump was shocked. What do you want him to say? So, but I quote, Trump did say this: "No one's above the law." And Trump went on to say he was a bad man, or bad guy, excuse me. And he went on to say that if the national security, Trump said, hid classified materials, then he should be served and federal state prison and be charged on these counts of 18 counts. So these were Trump words. Now, who was he? Same position of Marco Rubio, who I really like a lot. Now, Marco Rubio is amazing. Hopefully he doesn't do anything crooked. I've been following Marco Rubio really long time when he ran against Trump. He's well-spoken. He's a leader. He's not Trump. He's different. And he's also working on national security. Also, he speaks Spanish. And he's good on, understanding El Salvadorian, Venezuela, Mexico, and that helps, speaking Spanish. Smart man. He needs to smile more, but I like him. But that's the same position. And by the way, speaking of Marco Rubio, he's also at this hour speaking to people in Putin and Russia and also Ukraine to try to end the 9th war. Because Trump already ended 8 wars. Excuse me for 1 second. And a lot of people are going to criticize Donald Trump because he said, and I quote, "I'm going to end the war in one day." Well, I have no problem with that. I like people that are positive. By the way, he ended immigration in a couple days. He's been true to everything. And the only reason that war hasn't ended in 1 day, 2 days, or a month, or now, is because of why? Biden administration started a war. Trump had everything right where he wanted. And now the reason it's not ending as quickly as Trump hoped to, and a lot of us did, is because of this. Once something gets boiling, if you boil a hot coffee, it's going to take a while to cool that down. You understand? Zelensky is not easy to work with. And I'm not knocking Ukraine. Bolton is a nut. A dictator. That's a dictator. So once it continues to boil, and Trump has slowed down it a little bit because he went to Alaska. Now, a lot of you are going to say, that Alaska was a waste. I don't think anything's a waste because you know why? Trump tries. Trump went to Alaska. He was hoping it would end the next day. I thought it would. I'll call myself out. I was wrong. I was 100% wrong. I thought it would end in a week. But it wasn't a waste because now here we are approaching November in a couple weeks. I feel that it probably will because I think Trump knows business. And it's not good business when you have a war. Plus, there's 7,000 people dying. Did you guys hear what I just said? A day. 7,000 people between Russia and Ukraine dying every day because of Biden's committee. That's a shame. So what I'm hearing is Marco Rubio is now making contact with Russia and Putin's and his team. And Marco Rubio is really good on words himself. Very different from Trump on Zelensky. And I think personally, if I have to give Trump some advice, like I need to give Trump advice, right? I would say this. I would not have Putin and Zelensky together in the same room. Not because they're going to knock it out. It's not good. I do too, Debbie. I would keep Zelensky over there in Ukraine and have a meeting with one. Don't have them together. So I've heard them saying possibly they're going to all get together. For me, I don't think it would work out well. But anyhow, going back to our topic, this is what we have. We have an indictment here. We got Trump working, Marco Rubio working. We have a good team now. Great team now, for the exception of Pam Bondi. Only my opinion. I know a lot of you like her, and I can be wrong. I don't trust her. My vibe is something about her. I hope I'm wrong, but I'm just saying. But most part, I like, and even Elon Musk, I don't dislike him. I dislike some of the words he said to Trump, and back and forth, both of them. But I still like Elon. I think he did great for Doge, and I think he was a big part of getting Trump elected. But anyhow, this breaking news here. So this is a whole different team we have now. Now, it doesn't mean that one of those names I mentioned or other names could be indicted in the future. Shit happens, but I don't think so. Give peace. I love that. Yeah, by John. I love that. Great comment there. Give peace a chance by John Lennon. Yeah. I caught my attention. Sometimes these comments, some of them. See, a Mexican from California for Trump. Hey, shout out. God bless all the Trump supporters believing in Trump. Whether you're from Mexico, Italy, Canada, UK, in the United States of America, Texas, Alabama, Florida, Philly, Jersey, Nevada. God bless all the Trump supporters. And God bless everybody on here. Because without Trump, we'd be in a bad shape right now. We wouldn't have 8 wars ended. We would have more wars. Think about it. If Trump wasn't president and we had Kamala, or better yet, or worse, not worse, excuse me, or if we had Nikki Haley, because a lot of people think, why are you bringing up Nikki Haley? Did I go over everybody's head? Nikki Haley could have been president of the United States if Trump would have lost his life. She would have ran against Kamala and won in 2 rounds, maybe 3. Not 1 round. I don't think she would have been, I don't like her either. I would have voted for her. But anyhow, we'd be in worse shape. We'd probably be in 8 wars, if not 10. Matter of fact, I'm going to make a strong statement. We'd probably be attacked. Matter of fact, we'd be in a World War III right now. If Trump was not president, we would be in World War III. Yes or no in the chat? The question is, my question, if Trump was not president and we had a Republican president or Democrat president of any kind, would we be in World War III right now? Yes or no? I say yes. Those checks are on the way. They're in the oven. Some of you think we wouldn't be in war. I think we would. I think we would be in World War III. I also think that those nukes in Iran that Trump took out, I think they would be getting hotter and hotter and ready to explode. So I think we're in good shape. God save all of us. Now back to our topic here on this breaking news. Classified documents. We got 18 counts. John Bolton, National Security Classified Materials, found at his home and office, as he is still innocent before proven guilty of law. Bolton is Trump's advisory back in the first administration. His position is like Marco Rubio. Trump had good feelings about him, and then as he got sworn in, things weren't working out real well. And I quote, Trump said that he was a bad guy, but he was kind of shocked that these things happened. And Kash Patel has been working on this, and Pam Bondi now for about a year in time. So there's a lot of stuff that's Kash Patel, Bongino, and Pam Bondi are working on right now that we don't even know. Right? There's more stuff right now that we're not even hearing about that they can bring down. And they don't care if you are a former Republican or an independent or a Democrat or whatever the hell you are, man or woman. They will find you and bring you down. As Trump says, nobody is above the law. All right, with that said, I'm going to read some comments. Thank you so much for joining this live. I appreciate it. Once again, I'm Sal. Like and subscribe if you're new. We appreciate you. He can get 10 years if he's found guilty. If he's found guilty. John Bolton can get 10 years. Now, probably a good defensive team will reduce this. They're gonna come out with all kinds of stuff that he was cloned. I'm sure he was hacked. It wasn't him. And they're going to try to do the best they can because that's what they get paid the big bucks for. But at the end of the day, if it's true, he's in trouble. He's 76 years old. He'll go 10 years, 86. Even if he does 5, he's finished. He's finished. Craig, how are you? Good to see you. For those who are saying hi, thank you. Always something in politics, guys. Always something developing. I'm trying to find a picture here. Yeah, but you know, guys, I got to tell you this. I think it's unfair to the Trump administration and the cabinet members, even Pam Bondi, and Donald Trump, J.D. Vance, and Marco Rubio. I think it's unfair for comments to come out and say Trump used bad judgment because you don't know what can happen when you're selecting people into Congress or national security or vice presidents. They come in, they turn out, they do okay, and they end up getting corrupted, stealing, classifying information. A lot of them do it. Not all of them get caught, Jason. So on both sides, and I say, let's be honest. Can we be honest? Republicans do it too. He was a Republican. But most part, they get some good people. Now, it doesn't mean those good people that are elected in always do their job. But in this case, this person was hiding. When you hide classified information in your home or your office, well, that's breaking the law. Simply that. And it doesn't matter who you are, whether you're the president, vice president, national security, House Speaker. I don't care who you are or how well you're liked, you're out. And you should be prosecuted if it's true. Again, right now, he's still innocent. And that is breaking news today. VIP, how are you, my friend? Always good to see you. Thank you for your support and everything you do on this channel. Never on notice. But that's where we're at in breaking news on a Thursday. Never a dull moment in politics as you have these people get sworn in on both sides. It's not Trump's fault. It's not any president's fault when people come in and they end up hiding classified information, breaking the law, doing this, doing that. They should be fired and then serve a sentence. And that goes for anybody, not just people in politics. That goes for Diddy, entertainers, whatever it might be. If you break the law and you do things that are not obeying the law, then you should be indicted. Indicted. And that's where we're at. Now, make sure you have all your notifications on, as we'll be hearing more, I'm sure, on the days, the weeks, months to come in this indictment. And Kash Patel and Pam Bondi, I'm sure they'll be speaking more on the indictment and what they know of exactly what is in the classified information. All I'm hearing, it was certain material that should have been out there. So they should. Appreciate that, VIP. Thank you so much. Thank you for everything you do. You do not have to do that. You've done so much. Thank you. Appreciate that. Shout out to VIP Auction Group for help sponsoring lots of lives on here, and certainly today's live. We appreciate VIP Auction Group. We appreciate all the moderators on here. Thank you so much, Janine. Make sure you have all notifications. I appreciate all the members. If you're new, like and subscribe, as we're on almost every day. Now, once again, I was not able to go live yesterday. There was some kind of problem across the board on YouTube. I was planning on coming on and talking about AOC, but everything was kind of all over the place. So I apologize, but we try to go live every day unless I'm out of town or there's a medical emergency or something like that. I thought this would be important news to bring out to you guys. It's all out on YouTube. Everybody's going to be talking about it. I'm just giving you my perspective. So, VIP, it's all Maribel. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, Maribel I have the easy part, VIP. Thank you so much for those kind words. Maribel is the one, out there and cooking and preparing and, get more water, get more coffee. Don't be cheap, Sal. She is the hardcore. Talk more about homeless on here, and she's probably right. And be who you are. Don't take no shit. But Maribel's actually down there now cooking some stuff up for tomorrow for the homeless. I don't know what she has planned. She's always spontaneous and trying to help out. By the way, if you're new to the channel, we help out the homeless. We don't care if you're Democrat, Republican, gay or straight, or even illegal. Even though I'm not for people crossing the border illegally, we help them out because we don't want people to lose their life. We want people to live and come through the process, this, that, whatever. That's what we do on here. So those donations and comments, comments and memberships all go to the homeless when we're able to do that. So thank you. Let me get some water. I hope you guys are enjoying your Thursday. I want everybody to make sure you live in the moment. And I had a couple comments. If you're coming across this and you're on the streets and you're homeless, I just want everybody to don't get hypnotized. Please be stronger than that. And you can do it. If you are coming across this and you don't have to comment, if you're on here watching, you don't have to comment, and just be who you are and be in a better environment, because no one should be living out on the streets unless they want to be living in the nature on the streets because they enjoy to, because you do have a small percentage of people who do. Believe in yourself, believe in God. And for those who don't believe in God, I don't judge. I hear this all the time. I say this all, but believe in somebody. Because I like to have belief in something. It keeps us going in life. It's better than not believing, but believe in yourself. And not just if you're maybe you have a roof over your head and you're going through a struggle. Guys, we gotta not live and thinking about 10 days from now. Let's worry about the present and how we can make things better. Okay? Because remember, things do get better. All right? All right, let me continue to read some comments here on this live. Thank you all so much. Again, big indictment, big news. Always something in politics, something changing. But again, I wanted to talk a little bit more about AOC. We'll cover this one last time. AOC is saying the right thing. She's playing the right game, in my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong. And she's making a strong name, strong leadership in the Democrat Party. Some of you think she's taking Chuck Schumer's job. I think she's trying to just eliminate the whole party, except for Bernie. I think she's using Bernie because he's old and he's pretty much washed up as far as not his age, but politics. And I think she's using her strategy to the best. And I think she's making a strong to run for presidency in 28. I hope she does because I don't see her winning, but I do give her credit on almost pulling away a little bit on saying the right things. What is she saying right? Well, she's not saying keep the shutdown, keep it going. Other parts of the party, 98% of the Democrat Party is saying, we're not going to reopen. We don't like what Trump is doing. The dictator. No, she's all of a sudden not saying that. She don't like Trump. She made it clear. But she's saying, no, we should reopen and respect the decision-making of Donald Trump, even though she disagrees. And that is saying the right words, pronouncing it, to the moderates and to grab them over to her to make that run for 28, which is a couple years away. That's my opinion, but I might have it all wrong. But I think she is having somebody's giving her some great advice, or maybe she's just thinking of it upon herself. I don't know. I'm going to read some more comments here. Great comment, Ozzy Crosby. You always have some great comments. Bolton is circling the drain. I hope this Bolton guy, if he did this, what a real piece of shit, huh? He got himself in trouble. He really did. If he's indicted, he's indicted. If he's found, he's indicted. If he's found guilty. But once again, guys, I think it's unfair for people to point fingers at Donald Trump. Just because I'm a Trump supporter, I don't think he should be. It's not Trump's fault. Trump didn't hide any classified information. John Bolton did. But once again, yeah, Bernie and AOC has taken over the Democrat Party and want to shut up the fellow Democrat Party and clearly let them know that they're the leaders. Now, if you speak to other people in the party like Gavin Newsom or Shapiro out of Pennsylvania, Governor Shapiro, or other Democrat candidates, they're going to say she's full of shit. And this is where she's smart because she knows how to start a fire. They're going to come after her now, right, and try to bury her. And where it's going to mess up is the Democrat Party is tired of all the blaming. And when you're blaming one of their candidates, it'll separate her, are you with me, from Gavin Newsom's, Josh Shapiro's, I think it's Josh, right, and other candidates. See, and this is where she'll separate herself from them, in my opinion. She won't get support from Republicans, maybe a little bit, but she'll get support from her moderate candidates of the Democrat Party. Yeah. Democrats are doomed. Oh, absolutely they're doomed. So she's trying everything possible. Joe Bass, she's trying everything possible to be a leader in the party. But everybody's getting a little confused. I don't mean a leader. She's not a leader. But she's a leader showing leadership of not knocking Trump on every issue. See, like Stephen A. Smith, he's smart. You know, he's a Democrat, is leading into he doesn't knock Trump. He just disagrees on issues and asks how Trump can explain himself. That's how you win a party. That's how you win a party on both sides. Republicans used to do it too with the Tea Party. Remember? You don't win a Trump unless you play a game of chess and use your strategy and not always pound the president and calling him those names of Hitler and dictator. You could call him a mob boss. Thomas, how are you? Thank you for the comment. I appreciate each and every one of you on this Thursday. I hope everybody's doing well with your family, enjoying life. Life is fast, guys. Enjoy it. You see something you like, buy it. Try to do the best you can in life. Life is so quick. We look back at this channel and how many months I see in the memberships. Some are 6 months, some are 12 months, some are 14 months. Whoa. It's amazing on how fast it goes by. So, let's see here. Is it Trump quoted saying, smart people don't like me? Appreciate all these comments. Some I agree, some I disagree, but I don't judge on here, and I appreciate hearing from everybody. If people are found on Mr. Bolton and hidden classified materials, then they should be... whether they're Republican, in his case he's Republican, or Democrat, should be held accountable and put in jail. I don't care who they are. I don't care who the president is. I don't care if I voted for them. If they break the law and they're found guilty, then yeah, they should be held responsible for it, for their actions. Let's see here. Did Harris call Biden a racist? She was lying, but she did at one time. A lot of us have a short memory, but yeah, that's right. At one point, she did. Yep. But it's funny how you don't hear her name, her meaning Kamala Harris, in this mix with AOC or Newsom or Bernie. Laughs, how are you, my friend? Good to see you. Always good to see you on here, Labs. Thank you so much. Now, we have 74 in the chat, 31 likes. We are earlier than normal. Guys, you know I come earlier when I hear breaking news. I thought this was important news when you have former, who worked for Trump indicted on 18 counts. I think this is an important breaking news here. Oh, something just came in. Hold on. Okay, so now they're just talking about Trump. Can Trump strike a deal with Russia and Ukraine? So now some of the headlines are also going to hear a deal coming closer now with Russia and Ukraine. What do you guys think? Think Alaska was a waste, or did it help? Or are we going to have a deal? Are we going to have some kind of a long-term, not a ceasefire, but a long-time deal with 7,000 people losing their lives every day in Russia and Ukraine? So sad. So sad. People have to lose their life over a war we shouldn't be in. Under whose fault is it? Absolutely. The Biden administration. Committee. That's another reason they lost. That's another reason that the Democrats lost on a landslide. So that's another headline news today. If you're watching any news, they're talking about ending the war. In fact, at this very moment, I believe, Marco Rubio is negotiating right now to try to get Putin and Trump together again. I heard Peru. I'm hearing all different places. Let me know what you heard. What you guys are hearing. Limits on public. Oh, I agree. Term limits, it needs to change. Debbie, how you doing today? I hope you're doing well. Thank you for being here. But yeah, that's what they're talking about pretty much is the indictment and making peace with Ukraine and Russia. Zelensky and Putin. I appreciate you guys being here today and interacting with each other. We'll stay live a little longer. I'm thinking about going live tonight. I had something I wanted to talk about a little bit more. We'll see how things go. But this indictment is pretty serious charges. And if he's found guilty, 10 years, 76 years old, he'll be 86. Even if he gets out in 5 years, his career, his name is spent. Isn't it something? I was going to say it's a shame. This man right here. Isn't it crazy how you can do well in something? In anything. You could be a manager at Starbucks and be the best manager and work for 10 years, 12 years at Starbucks, 15. I'm just giving you, and you just say the wrong thing or you steal. Or your career, your name is done. And Bolton is finished with this indictment. That's what happens. In politics, man, people don't forget. Again, we don't know how true, he's still innocent. So we have an indictment, but he's still innocent. We'll see what happens, how it unfolds. Oh, Hungary. Thank you. Mickey Money, 4136. Forget about it. Thank you. Yes, that's where it was. I was wrong. I said Peru. I was incorrect. You're exactly right. Hungary. Yeah, my Hungarian friend will be calling me up soon. Yeah, so that's where it's planned. So we'll see what happens. I think it's going to happen, whether it's there or somewhere else. I think it's going to happen. I don't think all three should be together. I think it should just be Putin and Trump. And then I feel confident, though. I feel like it's going to end. It's costing a lot of money. It's just bad. Wars are never good. Wars are never good. The outcome is, that's why Trump is a peacemaker. We talk about this over and over in our lives. 8 wars. He's the bad guy. He's evil. He's mean. He wants to fight. No. They're fighting him. They're ripping him apart. The media, everybody else. He wants to end all this stuff and make peace. Bad for business, guys. Wars are bad for business. You understand? Fighting is bad for business. That's why Trump is bringing in. Trump, he wants to end the war for two reasons. One, most importantly, he has a heart. He don't want people to die. That's a lot, 7,000. Two, one is too many every day. Also, there's an ocean between us. He's doing it for Europe. Okay? He wants to end this for Europe. He wants to end it for all. Bad for business. He wants Europe to do well. He wants Ukraine to be safe and them to do well. He wants Russia to do their own bullshit. Because one day Putin will be gone. Try to straighten that out. Make us safer. Make us be able to do more business with other countries. That's what this is about. But Biden, well, I keep saying Biden. That committee, AutoPen, stupid. They're very stupid. Yes or no? That party stupid or what? Weren't they stupid? Very stupid party. And look how many people have died because of them. Think about that. How many people died? Also, how many people died coming over through the border? Little girls, little boys, moms, fathers, coming over through the border, having open borders. And you know what? Holman said, you don't hear anybody now passing away anymore. CNN doesn't say that. They just hammer Trump. Trump has saved many, many lives. Ending the wars, but also ending the border crisis and closing it down to 2% coming over, or 1%, I think they said. Was it 1 or 2%? And they don't talk about how many people lost their lives. A racketeer that was happening with the drug cartels and money to try to come over and get them over through California borders and Texas and so on and so forth. You don't hear that on fake news CNN or The View, do you? They won't tell you that. Oh, they know that, but they won't tell you how many little boys and little girls and moms and dad have lost their life. But thanks to Donald Trump, as Debbie alluded to, thank you, President Trump. Thanks for Donald Trump and Marco Rubio and J.D. Vance in the cabinets and Mr. Holman to put a stop to it. To put a stop to it, Janine. MAGA. To eliminate that for continuing on. And meanwhile, crucify Donald Trump. Hate on Trump. Trump's the bully. Trump's the Hitler. He's the dictator. He's nuts. So. Now, welcome in if you're new. Like and subscribe. Appreciate it. Breaking news today. We're coming to a conclusion on our live here on a lot going on right now with AOC and Bernie Sanders. And Bolton being indicted with these 18 counts. If you're just coming in late, I quote, classified documents, 18 counts, John Bolton, national security, classified materials, as Trump says he was a bad man. We didn't agree much. Trump included in saying that if these indictments are true, he should be, no one's above the law, whether he's a Republican, part of my team, or a Democrat. And on September 2019, these falsified, classified documents were hidden in his office and work, or his home and office. They appointed a judge. I have not heard the announcement of who the judge is. You guys, I'm doing a live. Maybe you guys heard the name by now, who the judge might be. Who was John Bolton? He was the ex-Trump advisory. He was in the Marco Rubio's position. He could get up to 10 years if found guilty under these indictments of hiding classified information, which I think a lot of these, well, not a lot, but I think there's others who do this kind of stuff. They just don't get caught. Eventually they all get caught at some point, and if he's found guilty, he will be sentenced up to 10 years. Thank you for your comment, Jason 1436. Appreciate you. Now, if you're new to the channel, I'm Sal. I'm your host. We're live almost every day. We're normally a little later, but when we have breaking news like we have today with Bolton and it's classified information, it's over the news, we come on a little earlier. We break a lot of news. We talk a lot about Trump and on this station. Did Trump do the same thing at Mar-a-Lago? No, he did not. Thank you for your comment. Yeah, Biden wasn't, Biden has senile Alzheimer's. Biden did not run this nation. He might have ran it for, I'm going to be 6 months maybe. Biden's been in office since 1972. Horrible ideas. Just not smart. I wish him well with his health. I truly mean that. But the auto pen ran this country. Different candidates. Pocahontas. She was the, what I heard was the front. Nancy Pelosi and the rest of them. But still, he was the president. So he is part of these problems. I heard, we talked about that the other night. Biden's taking credit. Good to see you guys. Everybody's saying good to see you. Good to see you. Appreciate you guys returning. I really do appreciate you guys returning to these lives. I can't tell you how much it helps the YouTube algorithm. Appreciate all the likes. We have 36 likes now. I really do appreciate it. I also appreciate all the shorts likes as we, I got an email from YouTube saying we were in the top 10% of our short videos. So it's all because of you, not me. So thank you. I voted 3 times for Trump as well. I did too. Somebody, yes, me too. Now you might hear some birds in the background. They're getting hungry. The parrots. Trump is awesome. Uncle Charlie, I appreciate you so much. You don't know. Appreciate you guys have no idea how much love I have for you guys and all your support. And I know sometimes, and that's okay. I want it. Disagree with me. That's what we're about. That's the conservative way, where conservatives can disagree, but at the end of the day, high five, fist bump. As a Democrat and conservative can disagree, high five, fist bump. The difference between not the moderate Democrat, but the AOCs, and I'm not contradicting myself, guys. I'm saying how she's smart, AOC, earlier. But as this new McDavi and these crazy psycho Cole and running the world down to the ground, you cannot ever disagree. And but that's what we do on here. So I thank you so much for everybody. Appreciate all the new subscribers I picked up when I was out in the Boston, Massachusetts area. If you're subscribing and you are coming across these lives, thank you. Absolutely thank Donald Trump for bringing back the hostages back after 2 years. Thank you for putting that comment in here. We talked about that last night. I appreciate you putting that comment in on there. Thank you. Thank you, Trump. And thank you for putting a comment. And we talked about that the other night for 2 hours. Biden wants the credit. I don't know if Biden wants the credit. Let's face it, guys. His mind's not there. But the administration wants to take credit of the hostages. They got us into a problem with the hostages. They're the ones who got us into this mess. This craziness mess that we're in. That we're starting to finally see a light out of the tunnel with Trump, right? We're starting to finally see that light. Peace through Israel. Amen. Yeah, these wars are no good. In Gaza and Iran, we talked about that tonight. I think if Trump didn't take Iran out, we wouldn't have this peace, or excuse me, these hostages being released the other night. I'm reading some comments about term limits. I'm all for term limits. I really am. I like to treat it like a report card. If you get an A or a B, then you can stay another year. You get a C, no. Something like that, based on the cabinets in some cases. Also, in other news today, Ozzy Crosby and everybody else, on other news, Nancy Pelosi was asked a question from a reporter. I quote, what do you think about the charges? Excuse me. So sorry. She didn't get any charges. What do you think about people bringing to your attention, Miss Pelosi, on the January 6th, what the reporter was alluding to was like the update on January 6th with the doors maybe being locked or unlocked. And she turned, instead of saying, in a sense of like Trump does, who do you work for, or what's this got to do with anything? I would accept that. But she said, shut up. Nancy Pelosi said to that reporter, shut up. So, to me, she's showing she's guilty when you respond like that, shut up, to a reporter. I think it was an independent reporter. I think it was an independent reporter. I'm not sure. Yeah, they were asking something about January 6th. And then she, of course, she blamed Donald Trump. All right, let's continue on here. Yeah, now Janine brings up, and talking to Jason about socialism. Socialism, this free insurance, all sounds good, like free healthcare, and revising Obamacare. It all sounds good, but eventually you're going to run out of money. Who pays for all that? Some of you guys, we pay. So eventually, after you pay for free, what happens? You run out of money. We become bankrupt. The world becomes bankrupt. So free should be, in my opinion, temporary for disabled, 65 or older who work their ass off. I believe if I was president and governor, I would give Medicaid to those people under hardships at 65 who need it, people that are on the streets struggling for temporary to get themselves back, but certainly not for illegals. And Obamacare, I had it. I know. I tried to save money. It almost bankrupted me. God forbid you have something serious. They didn't even cover a colonoscopy. Anyhow, I do give Obama credit, which credit is due. A lot of conservatives don't do this, but that's who I am, that he actually tried to implement a health care. Unfortunately, it's not good. And that's one of the major 80% to do with this shutdown is they want to make it free, but not for Americans, for illegals. Now, you can listen to CNN and they're going to give you other stories, but that's the truth. And what else they don't tell you is they want to also give money to other countries and for and a lot of other things that don't make sense. Billy James, let's see here. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah. No, in 20 minutes. Sorry, guys. Talking. Thank you for your comments, Susan. I appreciate all on here. Democrats, Republicans, everybody's welcome. Everybody should be welcome. That's the American way. That's the common sense way. Thank you for your comment, David. They do get free. They do get free. I'm out there. I fight for homelessness. I'm out there and I see it. And I help out people that are illegal. I give them food because I don't want anybody to starve. That's me. You can disagree. They do get free. Some of them. You're very welcome, that guy. So they do get it. They do get it. They get free assistance. They come here and they get free assistance. Where the veterans on the streets that we help, some of them don't get anything. Some of them do. Let's be honest. I'd be a liar if none of them got it. But a lot of them don't get it or don't get directed into the right sources through the veterans pay, Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid assistance, where the illegals get it handed to them. So it is true. I see it. Boots on ground. I talk to the social workers. I talk. And I don't think it's right. What is right is for them to go back to their countries and to get assistance there in Venezuela. in Mexico, El Salvador, China, Italy, wherever you're from. Go back there. If you want to come to America, the best place, by the way, in the world. You come through the process, and I agree that we need to work on a better situation. I actually wrote to Trump, wrote to other cabinets. I have, saying there's got to be an easier way for those who don't have any crimes, and a man and woman from Mexico can come here, fly here, not illegal, legally, come through a process. Do not have to speak perfect English, but some English. But more importantly than that is to pay into the system, pay into Social Security, and then pay a fee to come to the beautiful United States of America, wherever you decide to live. And Trump wants that, because Trump knows it's good for the economy. And take a percentage out. But once you get a gross misdemeanor or a felon, then it's zero tolerance. You're back to the other country. And they got to have a way where they can take a percentage out. For an example, the farmers in Nebraska, the farmers that are been here for 20 years plus, that also came here illegally. We don't want to just send them back. Oh, you sound like a Democrat now. No, I sound like common sense, an American. And have an easier way where they can take 20%, 15% out of their pay into the system, the working system, and pay into Social Security. And then if you do that for 5 years, 3 years, I don't know, I'm just saying 5 years, 3 years, then you become legally. So they do to make it somewhat easier. But for the question of they don't get Medicaid or they don't get SNAP benefits, food stamps used to be back in the day, SNAP benefits, or free utilities is simply not true. They do. I see it. And I think it's unfair for our starving Americans. And I get upset because we help out the homelessness and the vets. It should be the veterans first. Americans who had bad luck, whether it's addiction, mental illness, second. Illegals, not on the list. Sorry, that's my opinion. All right, let's continue. Now, if you're just coming in, Bolton, as Trump quoted, he's not above the law. We didn't disagree on many issues. He was a bad man, Trump says. Trump didn't like him. Not because he didn't like him because of how he looked or a mustache. No defense to that mustache. Or he didn't like him as what he was doing. He didn't trust him. Classified materials. What were they? Where were they at? Well, Cash Patel says they were in his office, in his home. Richard, shout out to Richard. Hopefully you're better, Richard. I had it too a little bit. Hopefully you're better. Really sick, though. Yes, 8 counts, Mitch. Oh, 18 counts. I keep saying 8. 18 counts. That's correct, Mitch. Thank you. I'm looking over at my TV, see if I see any breaking news. Now, there has been a judge appointed to John Bolton. We'll see who he is. Hope you're doing better, Richard. Thank you. It's good to see you, Richard. So hopefully you're feeling a little bit better. Anybody else hasn't been feeling good? I hope you feel better right away. Top secret information can get 10 years. 10 years you can get. I don't care if they're a Republican. I don't care if they're Democrat or who the hell they are. White, black, Hispanic, gay, or straight. You break the law, you do the crime. You do the time, excuse me. You do the crime. You do the time. Trying to read messages and talk sometimes can be on these lives. But yeah, he allegedly did these things, indictment, And Kash Patel is not messing around. Who knows how many other Kash Patel and Pam Bondi are people they're going to bring down that worked under Trump, Biden, Obama. Who knows? Innocent until proven guilty is exactly 100,000% correct. Thank you for bringing that comment. Yes. But according to the Kash Patel and the FBI, and for them to make this public on news today, not looking good, right? Not looking good. But yeah, anything's possible. By the way, if you're just coming in, according to Kash Patel, this has been going on 20 years of documents found at his home and office. Wow, that's a lot of documents, 20 years. 20 years? I got a box of taxes for 20 years. And papers. So think about if it's true. How many documents? They came out and said he has classified documents. So he's already guilty. Yeah, we'll have to see how it all folds out and how the judge sees it and all that stuff. But yeah, it's not looking good for Mr. Bolton. Again, if you're just coming in, his defense team will come out and say it was a hoax, or excuse me, it was hacked. Not a hoax. Excuse me. It was hacked. It was cloned. Somebody else did it. They're going to use all these, what a defense team does. But yeah. Bolton started the Gates Stone Institute years ago. It was good information. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Something just came in. Hold on. What do we got? Never mind. They're talking about AOC and Bernie Sanders again. Betty, welcome in, Betty. Thank you for your comment. Trump playbook. Lies, 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 and more lies. We welcome everybody on here today. Thank you. I hope you're doing well on this Thursday. If you're going through a sickness or you're feeling ill, be better. If you're going through some bad times, always be positive. On this channel, we like to stay positive. What else? You're going to think negative? You should always be positive in life. And I think that's what Trump does. Trump is positive. He tries. He doesn't have all the right answers. He'll drop the F word once in a while. He's not perfect. He's even said that. But man, I like somebody who tries. And positively energy. What has Bolton been charged with? Well, stuff that I heard, now we've been on over an hour, was classified information. Top secret information. Classified documents. Now, they're not saying, I haven't heard, Paul, what's going on, Paul? What specifically they were. But just the words of top secret information, not good. 10 years he's looking at. 10 years. Tampering, yes, there you go. Thanks for that comment. Tampering and mishandling of classified documents. I think that was exactly what they said, at least on some of the news outlets. Thank you for that comment. Hey, Richard, I want you to feel better. Thank you. Thank you for coming on and letting us know. Feel better. Be better. Stay positive. Get some sleep. All that stuff. Sleep does help. Be better, Richard. Thank you so much. Fat Panda Cat says, I bet it's stuff that he's had on his book. Maybe. But again, what I heard was they found documents both at his home and his office. So it's not looking good for this man right here. Not looking good. I really hope that Letitia James gets convicted. I think she will. Elana, I think. 96, 68. Appreciate comment. Yeah, I think she will. I think she's looking at some time as well. How many years? I don't know. But I think she's going to be found guilty. Yeah, more is coming about her, Lemon J. Janine. Sorry, guys, I'm getting my words out. Janine. Where's Lemon J? Lemon J hasn't been getting the notifications. And Crystal. So, yeah, I think she'll be next. Again, nobody's above the law, right? We don't support any of this. I don't care if they're Republican, how conservative they are, or Democrats. You know, if you break the law, then you're looking at paying some time, just like a lot of them. And a lot of them get these soft sentences, you know, and it's not right. Exactly, Mitch. Great comment, Jason. Yeah. You know, a lot of them get into politics and they become desperate. And, you know, some are like that already, but they play the game like AOC and they get in. And it's just because they have the R or the D, it doesn't mean they're bad men or women. So, and I don't think it's right for the president, in this case, Trump, to be knocked on, you know, on this. So we see it over and over. Now, once again, we were talking about AOC and Bernie Sanders. And when I say she's smart on playing the game. So I don't want anybody to get misled. But she's playing the game where she says the government should reopen. And she's the only one who said that. And once you pull away from your party, that shows you have enough, excuse me, ladies, balls. So you're separating yourself. That's showing me that she's running for presidency. I know some of you disagree. Some of you think she's going after a Senate. But I think she's going all the way to the top. Not to be the president, but she's going to make that run. She's showing separation. And she has a man like old man Bernie. And and she's putting herself older ages, moderates. What she's doing now, it could be, if you are a conservative, she can be very powerful. Now, will she win? Probably not. Bolton called Trump a fool. And Trump got his panties in a bunch. I just don't know. They didn't like each other. They disagreed on a lot of issues. Not all the issues, but a majority of issues Trump and Bolton disagreed on. Now, thank you for the 40 likes. Appreciate VIP auction group who helped sponsor today's live with the donation. Thank you, all memberships. Once again, if you're new, if you like the content, like and subscribe and come on board. We help out homeless. That's what we do on the shorts. I have plenty of shorts to make homeless awareness. Fetterman sure changed. I agree. Shout out to the moderators on here today. Richard, we hope Richard feels better. Janine. If I'm not mistaken, Janine, I think you're the only moderator, so thank you so much for all the support and being a fantastic moderator. AOC will never be president from a subscriber. Yeah, I don't think so either, but she's playing the game, is what I'm saying. She's good. She's separating certain words, as she said today and yesterday. Shout out to Crown Surprise. Stopping in and saying hello. Appreciate all the new subscribers and older subscribers and moderators and memberships. And again, VIP Auction Group for help sponsoring today's live. We appreciate it. Happy Thursday. The week's flying by. The month flies by. The years fly by. What's that tell you? Live your life. Enjoy your life. Don't get caught up in negative stuff. Be positive. Be a leader. Set an example. Be who you are. Because life is quick. Just want to throw that out there on this live stream. And I just keep looking at my TV to see if I see any updated information. But I think that's all we're going to have as far as the indictment. I think that's all we're going to have as far as the indictment. They're going to go on and have their panels on Fox and other channels and discuss it. But I appreciate that. Thank you for hitting the like button. I appreciate all of you hitting the like button. We got 43 likes. Not one of our biggest lives, but that's okay. Sometimes we certainly want larger people to come in and be part of this and grow something that's very special. As we reached, I got an email for YouTube saying you're in the top 10% of the shorts. Amazing. That would never be done without you guys. So thank you. But sometimes when it's a smaller crowd, I can read more messages. So I appreciate all those who did hit the like. And for those who didn't hit the like, appreciate you guys too, because it does help out the YouTube algorithm. So thank you. Make sure you support your other YouTube channels as you go on to the next one. We'll stay live a few more minutes, and then we'll see about tonight. I had something lined up tonight. We'll see how my time is for a late night live tonight. Thank you, Lori Rogers, 4850. And I'm seeing, Lori, they switched some of the YouTube backwards at Lori, for example, and so at Jason 1436. I appreciate you, Jason. Appreciate you, Lori. Appreciate all of you guys. It's all of you that make. I really enjoy you guys interacting with each other. Some of you are listening somewhere. It's okay. I appreciate you guys. One thing, and I didn't pin it on here today, is all we don't want is any hate, and I mean on hate or threats on any presidents, and wishing them bad names. That's all. So appreciate it. And we'll keep you up to date. You're going to hear much more on AOC and Bernie Sanders, on how they're going to make some distance on their party. I think they're playing it right. And we'll see how that folds up. We'll see on how that worries Gavin Newsom. Because I haven't heard Gavin Newsom say anything positive. Not the AOC saying anything positive, but she's actually separated herself saying government we should open back up. And no other Democrat said that. So that's strong. Now, some of you might say, not a big deal. I don't think any highly of AOC. I don't either. But she has some balls on her, and she's smart on saying those words. So, shout out to Susan. Yeah, I'm just looking over to my right, seeing if there's any more updated move. Yeah, these people, they get in and they change. I mean, we see Pence. Now, Pence, the former vice president, it's unfair to say he was just bad. Because I like to be honest. I don't like how he treated Trump at the end, okay, on, the votes and how it was. But it's unfair, my conservative friends, to say he was a terrible vice president. I wouldn't vote for him going forward, but, sometimes we rush into, because he didn't do anything illegal. He just didn't back up Trump. I'm talking about Michael Pence on the votes and how they fraud and all that stuff. So I think sometimes we get ahead of ourselves. That's just my opinion. AOC will get Schumer a Senate seat. Ooh, think so. Interesting, Mitch. Mitch, great comments, by the way. I mean that. Interesting, Mitch. Yeah. Yeah. I just think sometimes as humans, we like to rush into situations. I'm not a fan of Pence, but I think it's been unfair to say he was a terrible vice president. That's all I'm trying to say on that. So I said what I had to say. But again, I don't like how he treated Trump on that particular situation. And also, too, if you haven't seen Nancy Pelosi today as a reporter, independent reporter, I believe it was an independent reporter, as she told that reporter to shut up. I don't care if it was a reporter. It was me, YouTube, Fox, CNN. You don't say shut up. That was horrible. She's just, a lot of people think she just got old and cranky. No, she's always been cranky. It's always been about Nancy Pelosi. Always been about her. Hasn't been about the party. Hasn't been about, always been about her. She's been a horrible, amazing how long that she's been in politics. She should have been out the doors in 1 year, in my opinion. So I said what I had to say on her. Teresa, how are you? Hello, hello. So yeah, always something in the world of politics. Always somebody trying to cheat. Always somebody trying to hide documents, in this case, Mr. Bolton, and think they can outsmart the FBI. And Kash Patel, he's amazing. He's good. Kash Patel's good. Yeah. I never cared for Pelosi. And I lost so much respect. I never really cared for her. But during the pandemic years, seeing her face behind Trump, the face is, a House representative that was behind Donald Trump on previous administration, her faces that she made were horrible. All that 4K HD TV, and not to stand up. She don't have to stand up and clap on all the issues because they don't have to. But clap, it was a pandemic. And she's a nasty, I wouldn't want to come, she's bad woman, my opinion. All those old people should get out, including Trump, somebody said. I want to get back to that comment. God bless India. How's India doing today? Hope you're doing well, my friend. Shout out to India supporting today's live. Thank you. What does somebody say about all old people? I think the question was all old people. Let me just say something, though. I am not a fan of Bernie Sanders. He's socialism. Not good. Not smart. But he believes in his own bullshit. He's a good talker. For me, he's not slowing down. I'm not a fan of him. I will not support him. He's kind of nuts. Bernie's with me. He's not showing signs of slowing down, right? So somebody just said, I love Bernie. So now, Trump, you don't have to like Trump. I'm not persuading you. But he's not showing signs of slowing down. So some older people, I don't like old, I'm old, can still do it. I have a client who's 88 years old who can still do 100 push-ups. He lost his daughter, lost his son, but he still goes out dancing. He's still a leader, not a follower. So I don't think all old people should step down. But you're right, some need to, like Nancy Pelosi and some others on the Republican side. So I disagree. I agree and disagree. Terms, yes. Age, when you're showing age, yes. So I love President Trump too. Thank you for putting that in the chat. God bless you. God bless everybody. So just my perspective on age. Not everybody acts 80. Some people are 80, act like they're not here anymore. Some want to feel old. Some are 40 who could be old, right? So I think it's unfair to say all old people. Yeah, I just want to stop for a second and shout out to Ozzy. Thank you, Ozzy. What's happening? Yeah, Ozzy, we've been on for about an hour and 38 minutes. The breaking news, Bolton covering that. That's why I wanted to come on. And I had a walk. I walked away today from a meeting I was in because I got pissed off. And I thought it was better to walk away, Ozzy, than say something I didn't like, referring to. Anyhow, discussed it too much. And yeah, we're live. You asked me a question, I rattle on. We are live earlier. We'll stay live for a little bit longer if you guys want. Breaking news, we're discussing AOC on how she's using her political strategy and being very smart and separating herself from the other parts of the party. And we're talking about this John Bolton on 18 counts of unclassified documents in his office and home. And that's where we're at. See, I like that comment. Somebody just put in, I'm 65, I'm feeling younger. I love that. I love that. A subscriber. Who's that? Oh, Rocky Paul, Rocky Balboa. Who's calling me here? All right. One of my representatives are calling me. They don't like when I call them out. Did I call them out? I like that comment. I'm 55. I think you were 65 and feeling young. That's the way to feel, guys. I would love that comment. How many times am I going to say it? I just like it. Feel young. Hold on, guys. If you wake up in the morning, and I'm getting off topic a little bit, and you say, I'm going to have a bad day, you're not going to have a good day. I'm going to be negative. I'm going to be old today. Well, we all know we're getting older. But if you say I'm going to be old, Ozzy says, I feel every bit of 61. Today you do. Tomorrow you're going to feel 25, Ozzy. But it's the truth, because I do the same thing. And AOC is lost lots of weight lately in life. Yeah, you know, I haven't noticed she's lost weight, but she's got definitely picked up more energy. So thank you. Thank you, Janine. Hey, shout out to Janine. We have a couple of moderators, I believe, other than Richard earlier. Janine's been by herself. Now, Mike has been on a, shout out to Mike M. He has been on a vacation. God bless him. And the rest of the moderators probably haven't got notified or are busy. So anyhow, yeah, we were picking off at that thing about all old people, including Trump, should be out of office, and I disagree. But majority of them who act old, who feel old, who are looking old. Now I'm only kidding. Looking old's different. Should probably have terms and get out. So I'm gonna get some water, and we'll stay live a little longer. But again, if you're just coming in, Trump says nobody's above the law. We didn't agree much with John Bolton. He was a bad guy. Trump said he was a bad guy. And that's it. Now, 20 years, according to Kash Patel, Pam Bondi, the documents, they went back 20 years of John Bolton, who was the national security, and found unclassified documents. Now, in 2018 in September to 2019 in September, they found these documents were brought to their attention. What are these documents? Secret information that Mr. Bolton was holding back and is going to get probably 10 years, as they believe they picked a judge. I don't know who that judge is. Hopefully they'll be fair, and he'll be prosecuted when found guilty. And Trump says, who was he? He was on the first administration, and he holds the spot that my favorite, who I think will probably be president, Marco Rubio, holds right now. That's who Mr. Bolton was. And that's that man behind me with the white mustache and glasses. In case anybody forgot who he was. Why did Trump put him in? Trump trusted him, and people come into politics, people come into businesses, people come into families, and sometimes people turn another direction. And that's what happened with this man here that you see behind me. Now, if you're new, like and subscribe. Appreciate you guys being here. I'm Sal, your host. Thank you so much. Good time. How are you? Good time. Good to always see my loyal and older subscribers and all new subscribers. We welcome all on here. We are live almost every day. I apologize yesterday. There was a glitch on YouTube. Every time I try to go live, it would show 000. I found out later it was a problem across the board. I got tired of trying and went to sleep. What you see is what you get. I'm live today. Will we be live tonight? We'll see on how time goes, but I'm certainly enjoying the moment on this live with each and every one of you, and appreciate all your support. And shout out to VIP Auction Group once again, who helps sponsoring these lives, along with Ozzy and Crystal and many, many others. We do appreciate it on behalf of me and Maribel on fighting homeless here in the Las Vegas metropolitan area. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you all. Yeah. And again, I got this email, and it's all because you guys, we look in the camera. We're in the top 10% of the shorts. I think it went back for 90 days. It meant a lot to me. It meant a lot to Maribel, and it should mean a lot to you guys. Once again, for liking, subscribing, and certainly these lives and the short videos helps the YouTube algorithm. And spread the love around on your other YouTube channels, the favorite ones that you have, and show them some love with a like. and subscribe if you haven't. Hidden Seeker, you're not been the last 9 years. Yeah. Patriots are back. New England? But yeah, and in the world of politics, people, you know, the Boltons, these people come in, have the right intent, and then they end up getting bad men, bad women, and end up breaking the law. And that's what we have happening with this man right here. We love the flag, Janine. We love the American flag. Now, sometimes I'm outside. Today, we're inside. We have the flags all around us. Flags everywhere. No one's above the law. This man was 76 years old, or is 76 years old. He'll be facing 10 years. He'll be 86, 82 when he gets out, maybe. He'll get a lighter sentence. And will he regret that he did this? We don't know. But so many of them come into office and do crimes. She speaks perfect English to me. She speaks, I think, 7, 8 different languages. So it's unfair to say those words, millennial. Imagine that, speaking 2 languages. If anybody's on here who speaks 2 languages, God bless you. You speak 4? 7? That's amazing. Sal, I need a good cigar suggestion for Alabama, Tennessee game victory. Woo! I would go with an Ashton VSG and treat yourself, Ozzy. About $15. I was right next to you. I'd buy you one. Ashton VSG. Slow down, Sal. You're talking too fast. Ashton VSG. It's my favorite. It's good cigar, medium body, a little licorice taste, good with bourbon, good with scotch. Ashton VSG. Enjoyed the game. Great week coming up in college football, NFL. I got a busy weekend coming up. I got a funeral to go to. In Vegas, I have an anniversary. Me and Maribel, 34 years married. October 19th. I remember. It was hot. It was bees flying around, drinking. And, so I got that going on Sunday. I got an Eagles game I want to watch. Eagles game, anniversary, Janine. Both. Do both. Got to do both, Ozzy. Got to do both. Got to do both. And, of course, I want to continue these lives. Our government is an absolute joke, from a subscriber. Appreciate your comment. Appreciate you guys all interacting with each other. You can disagree, agree. That's what we do on here. Common sense. Just don't spread any hate or direct hate to anybody on here. Thank you. Appreciate you, Scott. Appreciate each and every one of you now. I'm going to stay live a little bit longer here. Happy anniversary, Sal and Maribel. Ozzy, you're incredible doing those 34 and 19 and 109 or 219. Ozzy, you do not have to do that, man. You're hey, shout out, and I know Ozzy's sitting back saying, Sal, don't say it. He's going to do one of these, but I'm going to say it anyhow. Shout out to Ozzy and VIP and Crystal and many others, everybody, being a big supporter and help continuing our live videos and short videos, and most importantly, able to forward it to the homeless when we're able to do that. And so shout out to Ozzy. And I know Ozzy's saying, but yeah, anniversary, 34 years married on Sunday. Got Maribel card. It's over there. It's over there. Now, just to show you, I am far from the best husband. I am far from the best husband. But one thing I do is I always get a card. 45, God bless, 45. I always get a card. And I always get flowers. I might not always say the right things, in life in general, to my wife, sometimes I don't listen. I have a problem with it. I have a problem across the board. I call myself out. But I always get a card, and I always get flowers. And if she wants Alaskan king crab legs, Ozzy, we'll go get them. So thank you, Ozzy. I appreciate you, Ozzy. Thank you. Hey, shout out to UK. God bless UK. And I always get the card. And she always gets me a card. And, you know, a lot of men are saying, well, I don't want a card. I like a card. I like a card. It means something. I'm old-fashioned. I don't want anything from AI generated or anything like that. Anyhow, so, hey, now somebody said 45 years. That's great. 34, 5. 5 years is tough these days. Hey, put in your years you're married. Like to hear from you. 5 years, 10 years, 50 years, 0 years. Once again, former Trump advisory John Bolton indicted is what we're talking about. Sorry, guys, I had to put the card back. I don't want Maribel to see it. I want to surprise her and then let the dog in at the same time. 1980. Yeah, flowers. You know, they say they don't want flowers, Ozzy. They want flowers. They like the smell of flowers. They want flowers. Women want flowers. Men might want flowers. 39 years. 39 years. 34, 39. You met in 70. You know, it's not easy. You know, people say, well, it's not easy these days. Not easy any day. Not easy these days. Not easy in the 60s. Not easy in the 80s. In the 70s. 10 years from now. Marriage is work. A commitment. And to be honest, stay away from them a little bit. Now, let's be honest. If you take two people together, two conservatives, two Democrats, two anything, two people like fish and two, doesn't matter. If you take two people together all the time, what are you going to have? Chaos. So my advice, stay away as much as possible. I'm only kidding. If you're young, I didn't mean that. What I mean is, you know what I mean. Try to take breaks. You know, go outside, just to, and communicate. Everybody says communication. Guess what? I agree on that. So, but anyhow, with a little luck and communication, everything I said, and the cards and flowers, not only on anniversary but birthdays, I think is important. It's a funny one there. Ask if she's a woman of a liberal fr. You know, it's funny, Rocky. My mom was a Democrat, still alive. My dad is dead, a Republican. They stayed together for a little bit, but you're right, not too long. Yeah, you go outside, fix the lawnmower, have a cigar, have a drink, you know, pull weeds, I don't know, go fishing, listen to music, whatever it might be. Because when you stay together, continue, something will go wrong, and then chaos. And then a little bit of chaos ends up being more chaos. And I always say this. Try your best. Remember this. I'm off topic, but who cares? Try to say this. If you have an argument, and that goes not just to your wife, it goes to your kids, your grandkids, or anybody else. I say this. Try to solve that argument or debate before what? Before you go to bed. Okay? So, if you have a disagreement or you said something you shouldn't have said, bury it. End it. Don't let it go into Friday. Because then Friday goes into Saturday, Saturday goes into October or November goes into next year. So, I know I lost connection. I hope everybody got that. Do I have all the answers? Hell no. But I do believe if you solve that, whether it's your partner, whether it's your friend, certainly your wife or your husband, and your kids, I say solve that. Even if you disagree, bury it, and then continue on. That's a good comment. Love that comment. Keep your own interests going. Keeps you being you. Great comment, actually. I say that again. I like that comment. Jersey, Philly. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's important, though. I think it's important in politics, too, to bury it. You know, just get rid of it to the next day. Vegas is about, weather-wise, 70 degrees, cool. Nothing bad happening. Tourism's down, but doing well. You asked how Las Vegas, and I went on and on. Weather-wise, good. Anniversary on Sunday. That's how we got on that conversation. And a funeral to go to. Friend of mine in politics. I'm going to go to. Yeah, real good weather-wise. And it's a good time of year in Las Vegas to be living here. We love the month of September, the end of September, October, November. Then it gets cold. I mean, I like it here all the time, but weather-wise, so end of September through December is good time outside in Las Vegas. Oh, did you, Carmen? God bless. You know, simplest things, Carmen, sitting outside by yourself, whatever. As we get older, here we go, contradict myself, right? Special moments like sitting outside, a cocktail or no cocktail, just enjoying yourself, nature and that kind of stuff. You guys know how much I love nature. It's beautiful. When the weather is nice, it makes it even more beautiful. So. No, don't. So we'll see what happens, guys, with these indictments, and maybe somebody else will be indicted. What do you think? Somebody else will be indicted in Trump's previous administration, or maybe not, or maybe just Mr. Bolton. What's going to happen with AOC? Will she be pulling away from the Democrat Party? Is she finding herself a leader and have enough balls to say open back up? Even though she doesn't like Trump, she's saying the right things. We covered that a little bit today. So we covered everything I wanted to cover on this live and more. And thank you once again, Ozzy, VIP Auction Group. Janine, thank you so much. I know you had a little help from Richard. It's never unnoticed, Janine, for being a fantastic moderator. Thank yous all original subscribers, oldest subscribers, and all new subscribers. We're here live every day. Once again, I apologize. I'm a man of my word. I was supposed to go live yesterday. YouTube had some kind of glitch, would not let me go live. I thought something happened to my station, but it was across the board problem. Very nice to meet you. Great comments, Rocky. Yeah. Hey, I appreciate you all my Italian friends. God bless. All my hillbilly friends. God bless. All my African Americans, my gay, straight, love on this channel. Being positive. Disagreeing, but at the end of the day, like I said, high five, fist bump, bury it, move on to the next live, move on to the next day. Guys, if you see something you like and enjoy, buy it. Please enjoy yourself before you go on YouTube. Please spend time with your wife, your husband, your spouse, most of your kids and your grandkids. That's very important, guys. Then when you have a little time, go on to the internet, Facebook, YouTube, Live, and enjoy interacting with each other. Because I think it's good. A little bit is good. Too much is not so good. So, you know, that's my advice. We got to spend time with ourselves. Hey guys, I'm out of here. Thank you. I'm rattling on a little too much. Appreciate it. Thank you so much, guys. We'll see about tonight. I have a later schedule tomorrow, so if you guys are up to it, we might go live later on this evening. Certainly, if there's any breaking news, I'll come on live even sooner than that. I'm trying to get back into our routine again slowly as I was away. And by the way, real quick, Mom is doing better. She says thank you to you people. She's thank you to my Democrat friends, but thank you to all. That's my mom. What are you going to say? And she's probably having a scotch because she's home from the hospital. She's home. Got to be careful, Mom, drinking those scotches. I'll see you guys. Thank you. Hey, Ozzy, thank you so much. God bless. Thank you, Janine. Carmen, always a pleasure seeing you. I'll give everybody a minute to say goodbye to each other, and then we're going to end the live. God bless. Oh, let me just show you one thing real quick. Oh, my wife's not going to like this because the room is a little dirty. Max, you want to say goodnight, Max? A little papers over here. Oh, my wife's going to kill me now. Max! All right, guys, I'll see you later. God bless.